Hello and welcome to today's episode of our Labyrinth of Touhou 2 plus disc playthrough. My name is Shire and today with me is...
Yesterday.
Indeed.
Yes, that's my name now.
And so,
Hi.
as yesterday knows, we've not actually recorded a new episode of this series in about a week.
Yeah,
Mostly because I had a lot of cleaning I had to do in the house.
Yeah, I was also busy. I just, had anxiety attacks and everything was stressful, and so I didn't bother.
Yep.
But the great side of that is we've prepared killer topics for all of you.
Yes. Not
The
through
best
any active thought.
The best of topics. The greatest of topics. You will love our topics.
Topic 1. That music is still there.
Yeah, that fucking music is still
Topic
there.
2. Look who's in the active party.
3 members of Team 9.
Yep.
That's delicious. I do like Regal. Regal's so cute. I just want to be a cute tomboy. That's all I want in my fucking life.
Could be nice.
Or to be married to a cute tomboy. One of the two. Someone, get on that.
Anyway. Let's,
I just have to make it a better fucking, song somehow.
Yep. Now, you may not recall, but we had a bit of a cluster of bosses to deal with last time.
Yeah! So, as tradition goes, we'll start off by actually talking about the game and shit, yeah?
Yep.
So, bosses. Who do we have to beat? I don't remember anything.
The first one was one of the dolls owned by Alice.
Oh, I hate that boss. I don't know, beating a doll just isn't as satisfying as knowing I'm punching someone in the face.
Yeah, I get that. Actually, speaking of, I don't think I gave a rundown of Wriggle last time.
Oh damn, we gotta do that.
Let's do that.
Oh, look at that bell! That's a really, cute bell.
Yep.
On a, holding up a skirt. I'm not sure if that would work, but it looks kind of Dracula-y, so I'll let it slide.
It works.
Or the cape. We need to get
I mean, if it helps she's not wearing a skirt, it's puffy pants.
Yes, that does help. But, cape! The cape is awesome.
Yep. So,
Alright.
Since you may not remember what all the items do, I'll just summarize briefly. Wriggle is a tank.
That's... Okay.
Though, actually, let's go back to town and mute for town music for this. Hell, might as well just reload the save file.
You're the save file.
Oh no, I'm a save file. So, it's not that Wriggle's actually got good tanking stats.
Okay.
The big thing is that all of her attacks are poison-based.
Right.
So she's got no need to raise her offense.
Oh, so it's more of she can tank as a secondary to inflicting status.
Yes, and well, the Team 9 bonus also helps out. Beyond that, she's a fairly straightforward on the poison front. It's, although a bit, not much synergy inside of herself. She's got this attack where if any allies are poisoned, it has less effect on them and she heals.
Oh, okay. So she just drinks the poison out of them.
And here's a buff that she gains for every ally or enemy that's poisoned, so there's a bit of power there.
Regal, I have a question. If you're so good at dealing with poison, how come you were fucking laid out by the poison?
She was paralyzed.
Oh, is that a different status effect?
Yes.
Alright, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And now this is where the synergy stops, because this one turns around and says, okay, now allies are harder to be poisoned, when these ones want them to be poisoned. Generic bonus against insect. Now this is what I just like to have on her. Whenever she takes physical damage, she's got a small chance to make a counterattack that poisons and paralyzes.
Yeah, because that's just adding a potential for extra hits.
Yeah. Again, not going to do any damage, but the poison's great. And this attack also, unless I build her offensively, not going to do anything, but if I do, then it's a power attack. Anyway, enough talking about poison. we have a doll to beat. And I think this is the best opener. And I'll just run away from any random encounters because I don't feel like them. Dun dun. Ah, got all the way. But yeah, remote control doll feud over nothing. Paralyzed!
Excellent. Like straight away.
Yeah, it's so fast that it barely has an effect, but it gave me a second.
Paralyze is just like a slowdown effect.
Oh, it's an effect that stops them from taking turns, but well, basically for every I'm not sure how to word it really.
Every turn they didn't take, they get a roll to save.
Oh, that's the way to put it, or rather, it's got a duration that's measured in their internal time.
Uh-huh.
Now, anyway, Wriggle's done the poison already.
So it can fuck off. Down,
And the speed down.
Oh yeah, you're just getting wrecked, Miss Dolly.
Yep. I can go on the offensive now. The doll's still really fast.
That's fair, but I mean, still, we've got the stuff on it. Like, I'm assuming we're gonna win this. The health looks low, and there's still a lot of people alive. I mean, I was saying that, then 3 people died.
Yep. We got it done, though.
We still won, though. Cool.
The good news is nothing worth farming for.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair. So he's just gonna wander around beating bosses and things?
Yep, for the moment. Let's, level up everyone. We want a lot of levels for the next one.
Oh, is it scary?
Yeah, it's Moko.
Moko. Oh, frickin' Moko, that is scary. I don't want to be kicked in the face by someone whose personality is basically like... What if Azula was bored and stoic? But just as, like, brutally violent. Actually, I can kind of imagine how, like, what if Toph was a firebender?
Yeah, that's probably...
Toph's probably got a bit more sarcasm, unless, like, Moko's got a lot of sarcasm and I just don't know about it.
She can be. The big thing is, she's sort of caught between does what she wants and being super philosophical.
Oh, so just, like, floating between hedonism and existential terror.
Yeah, because what with her being immortal...
That's pretty much what you get down to at the end of the day, either hedonism or existential terror. That's fair enough. I mean, I managed to get there with 26 years on me, so...
Yep.
Toph was the best character in Avatar, changed my mind.
I don't want to.
Yeah, because Toph was the best.
Anyway,
Like, bar none, the best. Actually, there's a lot of good characters on that. I'm not gonna bag anyone for liking other characters. Just Toph is awesome.
Yep.
And the show really came together after she turned up. I think a big part of her role was, suplexing the show whenever it got too sentimental. But because she was there to kind of pound the sentimentality back down, they could afford to go higher.
Yep.
So that balance worked out really well.
Come on, slow down for me. There we go. Alright, first time I'm actually using the Hermit. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh. Bum, ba, da, da,
Yeah,
da.
we just lost Shirano.
No, not Chirino.
It's, you know, what happens when you bring a ice-based character to a fire-based boss?
I mean, it depends on whether or not the person designing resistances and attacks thinks that ice beats fire or not.
In this case, it goes poorly for her.
Yeah. I've been doing like the Pokemon Go battle, like tournament thingamajig that they have, Battle League. That's
Yeah.
it. And it's pretty good because I've done enough like raiding and stuff that I've got. Well, I have an Altaria, which is one of the like top metas.
That's
for the
the
Great League.
fluffy bird dragon, yeah?
Yep, that's the fluffy bird dragon. I'm also slowly I just need Stardust, and I can work up an Azumarill. Great League is like the lowest power league, by the by. But apparently Azumarill's quite hard there. Although I was watching a thing today that like Shadow Zapdos apparently just drops Azumarill, so gotta watch out for that. For a while there, my entire team would get wiped if I ever encountered a Sudowoodo. So I had to swap around something specifically that's there to switch into if I get a Sudowoodo attacking me.
Ah, Sudowoodo.
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 Sudowoodo. I actually kind of love him. He's in one of the movies and he's just freaking adorable. Plus, like, I love the fact that he's fossilized wood. You know?
He's Pseudowood.
He's Sudowoodo.
Oh.
Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo. I mean, he's just gonna hit you with what looks like a branch, but it's actually just a fist of rock. Badass.
He's also got a pretty iconic role in the, well, the second game.
Oh yeah?
Basically, he's the main block that stops you from progressing to the second half of the game unless you get the right items.
That's fair. He just goes, I am a wall of stone. Ha ha ha.
And then you need to use a bottle of water on him.
Oh no! I have been watered to death! I'm melting!
Because, you know, may look like a tree, but he's a rock.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, paralyze.
Yeah.
Give me the time.
Die, Mako. Die. I can't die.
Actually,
oh, well,
she's going to do
pass
something
that.
horrible in a bit, I recall.
Just nuke everything.
Yeah. Let's swap you out for the no, not you.
Do 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 do. Anyway, so did you have a topic?
Well, I have
I mean-
gone and watched more Gundam since last time.
Oh. Okay. We'll start on that.
Yeah, it's there's a mixture to it. It's like some of it's good, except for major problems.
Except for the fact that it's not.
Some of it's really bad.
That's unfortunate.
Anyway, you know how you said she doesn't die? Oh!
Did she just blow everybody up
Yeah,
in one move?
yeah. Gonna need to make some alterations.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
Let's see, Minoriko can become Reimu. Parsi did well enough. Casa needs a different set of skills.
Right.
Because... You know what the best counter to a boss who does that sort of nonsense is?
Nonsense of your own?
Yep, where is it? Guts. Yes! 2 points in Guts. 50% chance that she'll survive.
Which means you can swap in more members and whatnot.
Yep.
Okay.
Fighting Spirit. Reimu. Where's her main character bonus? A bit of that, and a bit of that. That way, Reimu, we can expect her to die and she'll still be useful.
Reimu, your death is what you're useful for. Now
For
die.
our tanks... that's gonna be better to put on you. Let's give Komachi some fire resistance.
Yeah, actually, we should probably just be stanking that fire resistance.
As
Alright,
too should anyone else we want to tank.
Alright, everybody, put on your axe body spray. How does that help with fire resistance? Shut up.
Anyone else got usable points? Point in defense for Wriggle.
Wriggle.
Let's see. Points in speed for Chirano. Magic for Rumia. Hit points. Because you can just respend these whenever, it's worth just racing them up a bit against bosses like this.
Oh, it makes sense. So, did you have more to say on whatever Gundam you're up to?
So I watched two. The first was called War in the Pocket, a series of OVAs.
Right.
And the second was Gundam F91.
Okay.
I'd say, which was a movie.
Alright.
I'd say War in the Pocket is good, except for a problem that you always get when child actors are involved.
They're just terrible.
Oh yes. And the best way to summarize F91 is I watched it 2 days ago and I can barely remember it.
There's just nothing sticked in your head.
Yeah. Except for the fact that the main villain wears an iron mask because he was cucked.
Is that a reference maybe to Man in the Iron Mask, do we think?
Possibly, but I don't think that guy was cucked.
Only like the Prince of the Kingdom, he lost his like kingdom, that's like the ultimate cucking.
Possibly.
I'm stretching here, obviously, but I'm trying to have some kind of
Why are you
response.
stretching? We're trying to make a stream. Exercise later.
Yeah. I'm trying to fill because I honestly don't have much to say. Gundam seems like it's just the same thing over and over again, and that's what the people who watch it want.
I mean, it's eventually gonna be that.
Like, it's just retelling the same story because somehow the people involved have convinced themselves the story's good. It's not, you were just 5 when you watched it. I say this having not seen any Gundam and just being really rude. And also, like, my topic is not on any better stories.
Yep. And we can go for yours now, since I believe you said you had a couple of movies you watched.
I have watched 3 movies, in fact. I'm okay, so I'm taking a bit of a break from Ghibli because I think Ghibli is very much they have a sort of space that they're working in, and too much sugar causes diabetes.
Yes.
And so I decided it was time for a break from that specific Ghibli-esque sort of thing, and so I rewatched the Scorpion King, the Scorpion King 2, and for the first time ever, I've now watched the Scorpion King 3.
Oh.
The Scorpion King, for those who don't know, is a spin-off film from the original two Brendan Fraser mummies. The first Scorpion King was written and directed by the person that made the two Brendan Fraser mummies, but there is a third one, but the writer and director of the first two didn't do the third one, and that's probably part of the reason the third one's really bad. And the first one also stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who's just having a lot of fun. And the first one has some pretty good production values. The story, I haven't seen any Conan, but I've absorbed Conan through cultural osmosis. I'm pretty sure it's a Conan story. Someone in ancient times, he's a super buff, great assassin in ancient times. And assassin in this context means bodybuilder with an axe. Because I'm pretty sure Conan was meant to be a rogue, but he was played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, so,
I think he was always drawn a bit bulky in the source material.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, rogues in that era are just buff. What do you want?
Everyone's buff.
No one was smart back then, so you didn't have to be very sneaky. You know, if you had 1 point in intelligence, you were ahead of the curve. Anyway, he gets hired to kill this warlord who's conquering all of the ancient world, with the help of a sorcerer who is, predicting the future of every battle. In a shocking twist, the assassins get predicted in their assassination, and all of them except for him die. He doesn't die, but he finds out the shocking truth. The sorcerer is actually a sorceress, and she's very hot.
Impossible.
Right? So, shit happens, yada 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 yada. There's a bunch of stuff. He goes to try and kill the king. He winds up kidnapping the sorceress out of her bathtub. Because let's be real, we know what level this movie's on, and we're rolling with it. More things happens. What's his name? There's a particular actor, I'm gonna have to look up the cast now, that's in it, that is fabulous.
Don't worry, you can, because you're not the one whose game will freeze if I open anything else.
Yep. Looking at the cast. Michael Clarke Duncan is in it, and Michael Clarke Duncan is awesome. And him and The Rock fight, and then become friends. And so that's pretty fun. And then, the Scorpion King defeats the warlord with the help of the sorceress and takes over the kingdom to become the Scorpion King. This has literally nothing to do with his backstory as portrayed in The Mummy, but don't worry, that's a trend that will continue in the future. Just don't think about it. Just stop. Alright, here's some poison. It's gonna kill your brain cells, and you're gonna get on level for the next movie, which doesn't have the same writer, director, or even The Rock in it. It also doesn't have much in the way of writing.
Always a good sign.
Alright, so, really important note. The Scorpion King movie begins with a monologue. The first one begins with a monologue explaining how this is, how this warlord is conquering all of the ancient lands in the time before the pyramids. The writing of the second one's at the point... Oh, by the way, the second one's a prequel, with, a baby Scorpion King. So the second one has a...
Alright, we survived a death bomb.
Buying a ticket to Egypt.
Okay, you did actually break up a bit there.
And you've become an android.
Oh dear. I don't want to be an android.
That's how you do. Wait. You're back. Alright, it's fine.
Yeah, just a brief bubble of Australia.
Just a brief bubble of Australia. You'll have to forgive us, internet.
Oh. Nice.
Still having some a little. To be resolving it.
Yeah.
Coal all just burn. Oh, what?
She got upset at us beating up, set
Wow.
fire to us, and ran away.
Did she run away?
Yes. We're still in the internet issues. Hold on a second. I'm going to turn on my phone's hotspot and see if that makes you any smoother.
Alright. I mean, you're fine. Alright.
Come on. Come on, hotspot. Alright, changing. Alright, you sound smooth. Welcome back. Alrighty,
Alright,
so...
awesome, cool.
Yeah, Moko ran away.
Alright, Moko's fire was so hot it burnt the internet.
Yes. There's a switch.
What was I talking about?
The Scorpion King 2. Actually, there's a little bit to
Scorpion King. Alright, so the writing quality in the second one is such that one of the major characters is a female warrior that goes around constantly going, I can fight just as well as the boys.
Oh dear.
And anyway, so he buys a ticket to get on a boat, and I mean like a ticket, like exactly as you would buy a ticket to get on a plane. And remember, this is a prequel to the first one, and the first one took place in the time before the pyramids. And so he goes to this girl, why are you following me? And she's like, I'm not following you. And he goes, so why are you going to Egypt then? And she's like, I just think everyone should go see the pyramids sometime.
Right.
In exactly that kind of dialogue. Like, we're not even talking in, like, saying that sentiment in an archaic way. No, that's the dialogue.
That's a dialogue. In the time before the pyramids, I think I need to see the pyramids. Anyway, this is a locked box which we're going to open. Because it gives some good main equipment.
Yep. In totally modern dialogue. Cool.
But yeah, modern dialogue talking about seeing the pyramids.
Okay, yes. So that's the dialogue, and then he explains that he wants to go to Egypt to collect a magic... Yep. So, he then explains that he wants to go get the Spear of Osiris from, which is like a special weapon in the Mummy film. And this Greek this Greek poet then pops up and goes, oh no, that wouldn't work. We'd have to go collect another sword because the Spear of Osiris only works on Egyptian monsters. And you're dealing with an Akkadian monster. What could we do? Yeah, and then he basically rambles off a list of different, like, essentially weapons that you'd expect to see in a D&D game. Anyway, they wind up going after the Sword of Damocles.
Well, I'll let that one hang for a minute. So here's a great item, by the way. Get it up V.
Yep.
Boosts literally everything.
Get it up 5?
Yep.
Nice.
Boosts everything by 20% and gives you 2 TP. So anyway, they go to get the Sword of Damocles.
And it's a vampire drink, so...
Yep. Actually, I might have you make a choice.
Yep.
I go through this rock.
You're a bit laggy, but that's alright. It keeps coming in and out.
That's not particularly good.
Mm-hmm.
They're fighting! Arguing over who got here first.
Hello.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Shut up. No, you shut up. Ah, it's her and Moku.
Yep. Oh, that bad lag, eh?
I can hear you.
But the video is lagging.
I'm guessing. I don't know, do you wanna, can you turn the stream? Oh, you can actually pick sides.
Yep. So I'll just, whoop. That was a heavier thing that I planned to do to you. I'm gonna resend the stream to you, see if that helps.
Yeah, maybe lower quality again.
Yep, I've got it at the lowest quality.
Oi.
Alrighty, so yeah, it's...
Alright.
We choose which one we think actually won here, and thus it determines which character we get.
Oh.
We'll have to wait for the... Yeah, we get the other one later.
I want to side with Mako.
Yep, fair. I'll just give a brief mechanical rundown, since we've already got the personalities known, is if we take Moko, she is another tank.
Figured.
Specifically one that pairs well with Kaney. Whereas Kaguya is a mage type with a lot of piercing attacks, but fairly expensive to maintain.
I think I just like Moku better.
Yep.
So,
choice of culture. Anyway, she goes off in a huff. And Moko joins the party. Even though she knows we were bullshitting when we said we saw who got here first. Now, like most new characters, we'll worry about Moko later because I think we should actually just explore this new floor for a bit.
Cool. So, yeah.
Yeah, so poor dialogue, the Sword of Damocles.
Okay, I'm still getting quite bad lag on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the normal internet. The hotspot's not helping at all. Alright, can you hear me? Alright, I've just changed the internet. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can't really hear you properly.
Alright, then. In that case, once again due to technical difficulties, I think we'll wrap this up about now. I'm not too sure if they can say goodbye, but I'm happy to say it. Anyone who did tune in despite our issues, thank you. And I hope you have a good day.
Oh, we're wrapping up, are we?
Yeah.
Sorry, it lagged out really bad and then it sped through everything, so I got like... Yeah. So, and then I just caught the end and it was, okay, wrapping up.
Yeah, because, you know, if this keeps on going, it's not going to be much of a stream, is it?
Yeah, nah, well, I don't know. We have to hope. Maybe it's because it's raining or something? I don't know. It's...
Yeah.
Freaking bizarre.
There is something I might be able to do for next time, but no guarantees.
Fair enough.
So yes, you got any closing thoughts, and let's hope they get heard?
I will say this much about the Scorpion King 2. I think there was a lot of fun and love that went into it. Like, particularly, I think some of the scenes in the underworld were quite inventive. I mean, the thing is, I think everyone was having fun knowing they were making a crap movie.
But that's all you can
And
hope for in sometimes.
yeah, I think that's fair enough. I'll save my thoughts on the third one for
For
next time, I
yep,
guess.
hopefully with a stabler internet connection.
Hopefully.
All right. Goodbye to the audience.
Goodbye to the audience.